This is a really good article that talks about the strategies that abusers use very early on in the relationship to form that bond. And, often that is before the violence begins. And I just want to go through, I think, five key warning signs I think that I took away from the article, which I'll link in the captions at the end so you can have a read of the article yourself. So the first one they talk about, I think, is pretty commonly known and understood, which is too much attention too soon. And most of us would recognize that as love bombing. So when somebody showers you with a lot of attention, constant messages, very early declarations of love, this is part of a tactic to fast track emotional attachment. The second one is sharing deep trauma right away. Now, there's nothing wrong with, opening up in a healthy relationship. But, when somebody starts to give you very personal stories very immediately in the relationship, again, what they're trying to do is create that sort of sense of obligation or closeness, which wouldn't have really been given time to establish more naturally in a relationship. So that in itself is a red flag. That is about trauma bonding. The third one is something I've actually heard a lot of people talk about in relationships. People say, well, this person's like my perfect twin. So when you've got somebody who literally agrees with pretty much everything that you're saying, all of your opinions, everything that you like, they like, and it creates a sort of soulmate feeling. That is a tactic that is used to gain trust very quickly. The next one is that they test your boundaries very early on, and it really starts as big demands. It can something be something really small, particularly around, say, how you choose to spend your time. They may just offer you an opinion about that, and what they're trying to see here is test out how you respond to that. And the last one is that they position themselves as the only one who truly understands you. So that is about encouraging emotional dependence. And this is where you start to see the very slow but intentional isolation away from family and friends.